Fans, welcome in for day 6 of the 2019 Grand Circuit session here at the Red Mile Friday afternoon racing. 9 races on tap on this Friday afternoon card. We'll quickly take a look at your changes once more on the 9-race program. Driver Brian Sears not with us this afternoon, so all of your changes going to revolve around those driver changes. In the first race, no changes. The first race is clear. Moving into the second race, driver change on number 5, Queso Fresco to Dexter Dunn. Dexter Dunn will drive the 5, Queso Fresco in race number 2. Races 3 and 4 both clear. Moving into the 5th race, driver change on the 5, Sweet Shirley May to Jibby Tactor. Jibby Tactor drives 5, Sweet Shirley May in race 5. 6th race is clear. 7th race, driver change on 4, Jula Champagne to Scott Zeron. Scott Zeron drives the 4, Jula Champagne in race 7. Moving into this afternoon's 8th race, 8, Rebecca Clark. Driver change to Jibby Tactor. Jibby Tactor on 8, Rebecca Clark in race 8. The 9th and final race this afternoon is clear. No changes in the 9th and final. And again, good afternoon. Welcome in. It's day 6 Grand Circuit action here at the Red Mile. I am Gabe Prewitt. Pleased, as always, to be joined by Dave Brower, who's been doing an excellent job with all of your Winner's Circle interviews, your guests on air, and, of course, your handicapping as well.
I've had a couple of winners, as have you. We're going to continue trying to pick up that pace. But I'll tell you what, the handicappers that are listening, tuning into us right now, I guess the overwhelming story at the moment is the weather. I know you're freezing right now because overnight the cold front blew through. I think we have got temperatures maybe in the high 50s at the moment, topping out where?
Topping out about low 70s, I think, before it's all said and done. But yes, I was going to ask you if it was too early to complain about being cold after it's been 100.
And I told you, stop.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll see right now about 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, and right at this moment, horses through the stretch will be aided with a tailwind. It's blowing into the horses' faces, racing at the backstretch. We'll see if that's any factor. It's nothing, hopefully, to speak of. The winds are just sort of on and off at this point anyway.
I think it will be a factor unless they die down a little bit, because it's quite difficult for us to actually hold our papers down at the moment. It's more of a crosswind than a direct tailwind, but we'll see about that. Hey, listen, a little information to pass out about from yesterday's action. We had that really exciting dead heat between Real Cool Sam and Big Oil or whatever. And Jerry Connors of the United States Harness Writers Association gave us a little bit of a clue. That is the fastest dead heat on the trotting side, I guess, of all time.
And it's for 2-year-olds, too.
And it's for 2-year-olds. Amazing. They clipped the beam there in the time they did. So that means from 9 lifetime starts, the undefeated Real Cool Sam now owns 5 world records, or records of any sort. That's an amazing start to that young trotter's career, and we look forward to seeing him in action, I guess, at the Breeders' Crown later this month.
Yeah, it'll be great to see world record performance for 2-year-old gelding, regardless of the dead heat yesterday for Real Cool Sam as well. What a tight photo, obviously a dead heat, Dave. We were discussing it upstairs, I know, in the press box, after seeing multiple replays, and we had about a split vote there, so no surprise that it came back a dead heat.
Well, you know me, I was already across the track waiting for the result to be posted, and, Andy Miller and Dave Miller were right in front of me. I said, who won? And Dave pointed at Andy. So Dave thought Andy won, but he did come back just to be sure, and then finally, after a couple of minutes there, they posted the photo. So that was the exciting moment of the day yesterday, and we look forward to more today on our 9-race card.
Yes, we do. Hopefully we've got plenty of great action. 2-year-old trotting fillies, 2-year-old pacing fillies. Those are going to be the star-studded lineups that we are in the stakes action today. But before we dive into today, we had some great action in the Lexington Select Sale once again last night.
Yeah, I didn't get over to the sales grounds last night over at Fasig-Tipton, but these fireworks were evident again. We had a $300,000 filly by Cadabra that was sold, hip number 432. Jimmy Glass, I think, for owner Marvin Katz, was bred by Harry Rutherford of Ontario. So we saw that. All the breakdown news is available in this morning's harness racing update if you are a subscriber, so you want to tune into that, as well as, of course, Backstretch with Gordon. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I will if I get a moment here and there. We want to talk about that. Still 2 more nights at the sale today. A little bit later on, I'm going to have chats with Michelle Crawford of the Crawford Farms as well. Tony Alanya, we're going to have him on before the last race. That's the only time we can fit him in because he's racing so many horses as well. Don't forget about the big hat contest coming up here on Sunday. You will need that hat based on the weather forecast as well. That is sponsored by Four Roses Bourbon. I got a feeling there'll be a few people visiting Jeremy in the gift shop today for some of that warmer weather clothes, right?
I may have to send out an agent to pick up a sweatshirt or jacket for myself. Yes, gift shop, plenty of great merchandise. He's got new merchandise in over the last week or so, so make sure you stop in and see Jeremy. And again, if you're down there today, a jacket or sweatshirt would not be a bad idea.
Then go visit the Bow River Jewelry Stand. We know Art is set up down there on the first floor of the grandstand. And we haven't had the chance yet to actually give a shout out to our track photographer, Nigel, who is retiring this year. So I think we'll have a little ceremony for him on Sunday with some good stuff as well. Just hate to see him go. He's had so many great photos over the years.
And Nigel is a fixture here at the Red Mile. He does excellent work. Everyone knows that. Has worked with Nigel over the years. You know, and he literally is just a fixture. He's been here 35 years. He's captured some of the most historic moments in the sport of harness racing, for that matter.
Maybe we can talk him out of it. Maybe we still have a chance.
I've been trying, so I've been unsuccessful to this point. We'd love to see Nigel stick around, but we appreciate his dedication, hard work over the years. And many of his prints are hanging on my walls.
They are, and they're always available for purchase. You just get in touch with him here at the track or via email and stuff like that. Last thing before we get to the races, because we're going to run out of time here, a huge happy birthday to the best harness handicapper in the world. That's Les Stark back in New Jersey. He may or may not be listening. He might be out on the golf course, but still got to give him a happy birthday.
And a good chance he'll be wagering later on today if he's not listening. So happy birthday, Les. A good friend as well there. Send out our special happy birthday wishes. We're going to zip through this 9-race card here this afternoon, Dave Brower. Late closing of it here in the opener. 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters. I was very impressed by the 2 All-Rise. Team Hochstetler here, the son of Conway Hall. He was a good runner-up in behind Maester Raymond. It was a heavy favorite. He's been on a tear. All-Rise, I thought that was a very good step in the right direction.
I think he's in a better spot today. You know, this is the time for him to step up and actually win one, maybe take that nice new shiny lifetime mark. It was a superb effort for him. Tyler Buter again with us here over the weekend at the Red Mile. He'll be getting ready for that Tattersalls with American Mercury as well. I saw this the same way as you. All Rise on top for me.
Okay, second race, 50-cent pick 5 kicks off. First of 4 divisions of the International Stallion Stake for the 2-year-old trotting fillies. Can you beat this favorite on the inside, Dave Brower? Love a good story. She had post 8 at Batavia, then New York Sire Stakes final. Of course, you can obviously give it an alibi there, but she came back very sharp here at her first Lexington start. She's now 7 of 9 in her career. And really, she's undefeated other than a couple of times she's ran into Hypnotic AM.
She's a very, very good filly for Team Orange Crush here. And I thought she's just one of the many horses that just loved it when they got here to Lexington in the Red Mile Strip. Speed at early, speed late. It was a nice, confident victory, a new lifetime mark. I can't beat her.
Yeah, well, I am going to take a swing to beat her. She is going to be a short price here. 7 Sorella on the outside, a runner-up in that Pennsylvania Sire Stakes final. In behind Sister Sledge, who's a big price there. Very close in that Hoosier stake last time. I think she's going to play as a pretty good price today. 6-8 to 1 at least. And I think I'm going to just take a swing to take an upset her over Love a Good Story, who obviously is the one to beat.
You do have to take a stab every now and then. That will be a difficult post for Christian and Staff and Lindo. But if you are right, you will get paid.
All right, we'll see. 7 horse field there in race 2. Third race kicks off that early pick 3. First of 2 here, it's the Arlene Siegel Memorial, $119,000 on the line, a field of 8. And we've got the 2 Reflect With Me, our top choice here, Dave. I sent out a tweet a couple of months back. She had raced twice. She had been defeated both times, but I said this is the best pacing filly I've seen in North America to this point. She was just so talented. They raced her off on the end of it there, the first couple of starts. Ultimately, it didn't work out, but she's just had big speed. We really loved her back at the Breakfast with the Baby sessions at the Meadowlands.
We did. She showed so much talent. And this is the first of our marquee matchups of the day here. We got Reflect With Me, who's competing on the Grand Circuit, and you got the Ohio Star, Looks Good in a Romper. I got to talk with Chris Page, Looks Good in a Romper's driver last night. He couldn't possibly be more confident racing her for the Burke Brigade. They've got post 2, post 3. That should be quite a battle.
It should be, and I know the Burke Brigade very confident that this filly can step up and go with Grand Circuit competition, so we are looking forward to that. Chris Page in town, he's got the drive. He's also very confident on filly's chances, so we'll see what happens there at a good marquee matchup, race 3 on the program. 4th race, late closing event here, 7 Maester Raymond. I had to tee him up on top, Dave Brower, the type of steady progression you like to see from a 2-year-old. He just continues to get better and better. Easy win last week. I didn't see any way around him, but I know you are trying to.
I did. Why not? You were going to play against a couple of these favorites today. Maester Raymond, maybe the outside post will make a difference here. Did you see Bargain Bob last week? Now, there's a nice pedigree there. The son of Donato Hanover out of the stakes winner, Frau Blucher. That was an excellent stry last week when he put a scare into a 1-9 shot in Buxton. I think he'll be a little bit better today. Here's my second Tyler Buter, Homer Hochstetler pick of the day.
Let's keep it up with those connections. Nothing wrong with that. ever in any case. And he did put in a major scare to Buxton. We'll see if he can put in a major scare to another big favorite here this afternoon. Fifth race, it's the second division of this International Stallion Stake. Ramona Hill, undefeated filly, Dave. She's 4 for 4. Couldn't have been any more impressive here last week.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. Couldn't possibly have been any more impressive here. I think Tony Alagna, they have a wonderful filly here, daughter of Muscle Hill. I don't even think the outside post will matter. She can win from anywhere out on the racetrack.
Wrapped completely up through the lane last week. I agree. I don't think it makes any difference either. On to the sixth race. Key race here today because it closes out the pick 5 and it kicks off your pick 4, Dave Brower, and I am all over a traffic-troubled individual from last time out. The 5, Magnificent, left the gate, got pinned in, didn't pull, no place to race, finished 5th. I know every now and then, though, you do make a good point. Sometimes these horses are overbet when they follow up the next week.
They could be, but I don't think it'll be the case in here because there's a bunch of different ways you can go in here, and you might not necessarily be wrong with anybody you like. I took a little bit of a price here. You've got 4 to 1 on number 3, Peaky Sneaky. You could pick a Waterhouse in there, but I think Peaky Sneaky is about ready to step up and show her class here. She's been buried against some of the top fillies in the sport up until today. A little bit of relief, good post, and the guy that seems to be winning every race here, Dexter Dunn.
Dexter Dunn has been red hot, that is for sure. 7th race, 3rd division of the International Stallion Stake. 2-year-old fillies on the trot. Going to take just a minor upsetter here. Second choice, 7, Queen of the Hill. I like the company she's been keeping. Dave, Sherry Lynn's Lady defeated her last out there at Hoosier. She was beaten less than 3 lengths in that Pennsylvania Sire Stake final as well. I think it's a good spot for her today. The 8, Common Sense. Yes, she was impressive last week, but she tripped out of there as well. She saved all the ground and got up the inside. So I thought maybe on a day where it looks like we could have a lot of favorites, I'll take a swing to beat one here.
I can't blame you when they're stuck with outside post here, but I was super impressed with Common Sense last time. I know the odds were a little bit better than 5 to 1 on the Oka Svanstead, but it seems like everything he's sending out is continuing to perform here, so I'm looking for a repeat performance. She packs big speed.
Okay, and a heavyweight matchup in the 8th race. Sherry Lynn's Lady going to be a potential favorite there. Comes off a win in the Kentucky Ad at Hoosier. You've got 6, Senorita Rita, who you and I were both all over last week. She did race well. She was a runner-up, couldn't get by there, couldn't quite collar a Shishido in that mile. But I was still impressed. This filly only has 3 lifetime starts, just her 4th today. I'm right back with Senorita Rita.
Yeah, I've got a VVGD. That means very, very good to that line last week here. She's only had 3 starts, so, a little bit of a late bloomer here for Linda Toscano and Kenneth Jacobs, the daughter of Chapter 7 here. She had the outside post last time. She does again. I don't think it'll matter. Big upset right there.
Okay, 9th race. I'm curious to get your thoughts here on the finale today, Dave, because I thought the one gold class last week in late closing action was just going to completely outsprint that field and win by daylight. She looked to be just well clear turning for home. Made a break in stride out of nowhere. What'd you make of that? Do you think she'll bounce back today?
We didn't get a chance to talk to trainer Trent Stoller. There we get the answer, but maybe she saw something out on the racetrack there, but she looked like she was coasting. It would look like it was going to be a brush and crush kind of an effort here. Maybe the price will be a little bit better than that 3 to 5 from last week due to that break, but when you have the rail and when you have speed in a nice big field like this, you better use it.
Okay, we'll look for that. We're both teaming up with the favorite there in the 9th and final. We're happy to have you with us here today, whether you're on track or joining us on that simulcasting network. Best of luck with all of your selections. Horses for the opener will be on the track shortly. Stay hungry. We're both